What is going on, traders? This is Andrew O'Connell with Pristine Capital coming at you with yet another market recap video. I actually feel super sick today, so you'll have to excuse my voice. I'm going to try to make this video a little bit shorter today. But I am still in a good mood despite being sick because today was an awesome bounce back day in the market. So today we're going to be discussing some housekeeping items for Pristine Capital members, including the launch of our trend portfolio, which is happening tomorrow. We're going to go through the headline indices and the price action for today. We're going to look at some options order flow, some of the trades that I took, the whole 9 yards. We're going to do it all today. Quick risk disclaimer before we jump in. Nothing in this video should be construed as investment advice or recommendations. Please follow your own trading plan, your own risk parameters. And last but certainly not least, do not YOLO your entire account into any one of my trades. All right, let's jump right into it. So, quick housekeeping item. The Pristine Trend Portfolio is launching tomorrow at 9:30 a.m. So all the names have been finalized. I sent those all to members via our Discord channel. I'm actually going to be putting out another video a little bit later tonight just explaining the goal of the portfolio, explaining some of the names in it, why they're in there. And I think it's definitely going to help for traders that, they can't be as active on a day-to-day basis, but they still want to, have like that stock picking, ETF picking, and trend following feel in their investments. So as part of the Pristine Capital service, we have the trend portfolio, and then we also have my investing championship trading account. As of yesterday, or as of Friday's close, I was positive 25.8% year to date. And after this really nice bounce day in the market, we're up closer to 30%. So feel free, sign up at pristinecapital.net if you're interested, or feel free to send me an email, andrewoconnell@pristinecapital.net. All right, so let's jump into the good stuff here. Let's take a look at the price action for today. And for today's action, amazing bounce back. We had the S&P 500 up 2.42%. We had the NASDAQ QQQ up 3.01%. And we had the IWM small caps up a whopping 3.55%. This is the VIX right here, which got monkey hammered today. So if you look, this was definitely a good tell early on in the day. We talked about this in our pre-market webinar, where even in the pre-market trading, the VIX was already below the low of the day on Friday. So that was definitely a good tell because on Friday it was like, VIX really remained bid throughout the day, and it closed well off the lows. Even in the morning, the VIX just looked like it was getting absolutely destroyed. Let's take a look at the S&P 500 here. Oh my gosh, are futures already trading? Yeah, I think they are. So on our daily chart, you can see what's so funny is this pattern looks so similar to last month when we had our GameStop financial crisis. So you can see here last month, we had a big red candle, kind of similar to this one, I guess, although it's a little bit different. Then we had sort of like a fake bounce, which I would say is like this candle right here. And then another just like devastating flush, which was this right here. So with this, it's like the history, it doesn't repeat, but it often does rhyme. We ended the month last month on this red candle that looked like the world was going to end. Same thing last month. And then to begin February, we just had this really powerful green candle that brought us back into the monthly value area. Same thing for this one, except this one was even more powerful. It brought us above my line in the sand level of 38.80. That's where I de-risked myself last week. I pretty much tapped out and said, hey, market doesn't really look good below this level. We actually cleared that level, which is awesome. And we also cleared the monthly point of control, which is really cool too. And if we look at the hourly chart here, this looks even better. So we hit our lows last week. Today, in the pre-market session, we were trading right around this point of control. And I was trying to be very open-minded, and I was like, all right, well, we could just roll right over here, um, roll right over to the lows. That ended up not happening, and we pushed all the way up. We made it beyond the line of the sand level, and we're above this weekly value area high. So it looks like the stage is set for continued upside. And if we take a look, we'll pull up our Qs. Not looking quite as bullish in the intermediate term. But you can see we closed within the monthly value area. So we held that, but we're not yet above this 20-day simple moving average. So we'll have to see if the Qs hit some sort of resistance as we approach that level. I'm definitely a bit more constructive on some of the value names and like reopening plays than I am on the Qs. And then let's see the IWM here. IWM, this thing looks really nice here. So you can see we had essentially like a parabolic run in February. This ended up turning into, in the grand scheme, just a nice like month-long consolidation. So you can see where we tested that point of control. We were trading pretty much right up to it. And I'm looking to see if we can hit this top of value here at around 227.85. So looking good on the headline indices, looking much better than we did on Friday. Now let's take a deeper dive on these sectors and style factors today. And you can see we have our leaders here, the financials, the regional banks, and the energy sector. Those all did very well. But what did even better was pretty much everything that was just like very oversold. So you can see this ARK fund up 4.86%. ARKG also had a really nice day. Pretty much all the ARK funds. It was funny. I read so many articles this weekend about how like this is where it all blows up. Like, they're going to head to zero essentially. And they ended up bouncing nicely. Solar Energy also had a really nice day. KWeb. So yeah, just really nice bounce. Style factors, very encouraging as well. You can see our relative underperformers were the defensives and the min-vol. And then our outperformers were the cyclicals. Really nice performance there. And the momentum stocks. So that is definitely looking much more risk on. And if we take a look at some of my trades from today. Today was an awesome trading day. It's good to get that nice bounce back. I made a lot of adjustments this weekend. I try to just reflect on the prior trading month. And like, okay, here's what I did well. Here's where I made some errors. And let me devise a plan to, do better next month. And what's awesome is like, this is a brand new trading month. So there's no better time to really turn over a new leaf here. So I closed out. My game plan coming into today was take some trades off and take some profits early in the morning, just in case this thing ends up rolling over. So I closed half of my Disney calls for some gains, made about $2.75 on that trade. I sold my Baidu calls as well for a small winner there. And then I closed. What I wanted to do, as well, let me get some of these remaining losers off my books. So I know that's something that happens to every trader where you enter a bunch of trades. Some of them work, some of them don't. And one thing that I don't like to do is if a trade's not working, just like leave it out there and just kind of like have it tying up that capital when I could be putting it to work somewhere else. So like Big C is one that I closed out. It closed out for 85 cents. I'd paid $1.80 for that one. No big deal, little earnings trade. I closed out Nvidia as well. This one could very well end up working, but I closed this one out for 178. I had paid 428 for that one. I had some SPY calls that I swung pretty much from the lows. I closed those out for a nice winner there. Pretty much like a quick scalp. Held those for like 2 days. Closed those out for $10.32, and I paid $8.52. I took a butterfly in Futu. I love trading these butterflies. Futu. This one looks really good. You can see it's a really volatile name. But this thing's starting to shake up. It had shape up. It had a very violent correction over the last 2 weeks. Now it's starting to come back a little bit. My butterfly, I got the 165 190, 215 butterfly. So my profit zone is pretty much like right in this upper area right here. And I want Food 2 to be trading somewhere in this area for options expiration on March 19th. I also have a butterfly in Silvergate, which is awesome because with the butterflies, it helps. Like, you don't necessarily want the stock to hit your target right away. There's a time component to it as well. So it worked out where Silvergate has kind of been like waffling around for a little bit. My profit zone for Silvergate, I have the 160 by 180 by 200 butterfly. So I want it to be trading somewhere in this region for that expiration. And then let's take a quick look. Did some stock trading as well today. The stock trading was pretty awesome today. So I took SRNGU. I'm super excited about this SPAC play. Really what I'm looking for, it's pretty close to the NAV of $10. And this one has a really good management team. The people that are running this one brought Skills public, and they also brought DraftKings public. So they have a good track record in the SPAC space. Had two of the most successful SPACs in 2020. So this one I was like, this is a no-brainer. I have to allocate to it. So I want to piece into it. So like I purchased some shares for $11.20 in the pre-market. I said like going to build this position throughout the day. Ended up adding more to it later in the day for $10.99. I definitely have room for maybe like one more add. So I want to see if I can add that even closer to $10. I entered DraftKings this morning at $64.88. DraftKings ended up having a really nice ripper of a day. You can see closed right on the highs. Made about $4 in this thing, pretty quickly. Yeah, DraftKings, I'm definitely very bullish on the long term. I have a video on this channel of why I think DraftKings is going to be a $100 stock. I posted that, way back here, maybe in like the low 50s. But yeah, this one, nice and bullish. Apps is another one that I have. I put this one on Friday in the pre-market. They just did a nice acquisition of a company called Ad Colony. They announced the acquisition. And you can see this one's also trading to new highs. I got this one in the pre-market for like $73 and change. This one worked out really nicely. I haven't even taken a target in apps though. I'm pretty bullish on this name. And then I took a small target on VUZI today. I took about 20% off. VUZI I added while I was in this correction here. I believe I added it on Friday actually. And yeah, this went up 25%. So really nice day for this one as well. So I figure VUZI looks like it's in a really nice trend. But it's getting a little extended, so I just wanted to take some money and put it in my pocket. So took that one off as well. Yeah, so close 20% of that out. Made about $3 there. I also got long Fastenal common shares. This is an industrials name, and it's more of a recovery play. Fastenal had a really nice day. I took this one into the close. You can see here, they engage in the wholesale distribution of industrial and construction supplies in the U.S., Canada, Mexico, North America, and internationally. And you can see today it closed above all those short-term moving averages on high volume. So we'll see what happens with this one. I am pretty bullish. Let's take a very quick look before my voice completely goes on me of this options order flow. What's funny about today was, so when the market was correcting, nobody was buying puts. Everyone was trying to buy the dip. Now I'm thinking like, maybe everyone's like traumatized from last week's price action. So this morning, everybody was buying hedges. It's like a lot of hedges are coming down for the indices. I see some NEO here, IWM. Here, some calls started trickling in. I guess when everybody realized the market wasn't rolling over. There's some Apple call activity for 2022. Apple got very oversold. And some more puts coming in the afternoon. And then I would say the other noteworthy one is there's a lot of Starbucks activity today. Starbucks I had a position on. I had some calls on Friday. And I day traded those for a nice gain. But Starbucks, had a little bit of a pullback today. So this is definitely one I'll be watching. Try to buy it on maybe some some more weakness and a pullback to some of these moving averages. So I'll have to see. That about does it for this market recap video. Hope you all enjoyed this glorious market bounce day, and I will see you all tomorrow.